And we're live. I've been waiting to go live. It's been busy for a little bit here. We have started practice, camp days, distanced work for the last, I guess we're 2 weeks in now. So doing that 3 days a week. So that takes away some streaming time. I was happy to be a guest on the Armchair Coaching podcast with Coach Darren on Friday. That has not gone live yet, but I will make sure to post out the link. It was an awesome conversation. Probably could have talked to him for another 2 or 3 hours. But yeah, hopefully I'm invited back soon. He's got some great ideas, some great content, so definitely go check him out. Let's see, are there any other updates? You'll notice in the bottom right, I have a new logo. Thank you to my colleague Kelsey, who is a graphic designer at my job. So you'll see that incorporated in a few other places and more as I try to learn marketing and branding and everywhere that's supposed to go. So if you didn't see the transition, I spent time this week actually figuring out how to do the transition that scrolls across when I go between screens. So the stream's not over, but it's this transition. The transition sound from the original Transformers cartoon, you are as big of a nerd as I am. So, I think, man, it's been so long. It's been a week. I have to remember where we picked up. We're doing Army and ULM from, I guess, about a week and a half ago now. I think I've still got the second half to go through and talk about plays, so we'll talk through those. I do have the Navy 2-lane game, if we want to start breaking that down. And as always, happy to take questions and hang out. It's fun doing this stream because I can interact with people while video editing as opposed to sitting quietly in my basement. So I guess we'll get started. Where are we at here? Oh, I didn't make it to halftime. That was the week before. My wife came home unexpectedly and I had to run. That makes a lot more sense. So we actually have more than just the second half. We've got almost the full game. What would that be? 7/8 of the game left. So we've got a good tight formation here. And that's a pass scramble out of tight. That's easy enough. As always, I don't know why I am the most concerned. I'm always concerned about audio. I don't know why that's the case, but hopefully the audio is coming through correctly. I think I've got everything set up. What did I say? That was out of tight. Okay, there we go. All right, so what do we have here? This is heavy. All right, we've got a quick pivot by the quarterback. We're pulling the guard. Okay, so heavy. He's coming down. I think that's just a zone option. I haven't seen if anyone is an expert. Again, I would love for someone to be an expert for me to be able to tell what the difference between that is. I'm not sure why they decided to pull the guard there. Probably because the tackle can come down on him, I'm guessing. Yeah. I'm going to call this zone option. There's a good chance that might be wrong, but we'll live with that. Thanks, Vinny. I'm glad you like the new logo. I do too. Let's see, we're in tight again. Let's see, what did that be back to? Just zone option again. I do wish I was on the field. Hopefully, I haven't heard any updates. I don't know how coaching Twitter and other Flexbone teams are doing for those of us that are having seasons, but hopefully well. Had a lot of people reach out recently, so it looks like there's at least more interest, or maybe people are just dying for football. So out of base here. That's just a simple QB counter. So let's see. QB counter is something we don't see a lot of out of, I guess, really any team. Usually if they're going to go counter, they'll go counter option. I couldn't really give you a good reason as to why they didn't. However, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they essentially have 5 up top. It's like a 5-3. I don't know if that's something where that's generally a usual call, but what makes this QB counter, so generally on a counter option, right, we'll fake to the B back to the left and come back with an option to the right with the A back. Now everyone is full selling out to the left, and it's the quarterback by himself. But what makes it different is instead of just the guard pulling, we're also going to have the backside tackle pulling. So that's why it kind of looks like a full fire drill flipping on this play. So let's see. What did I say? This was out of base. So let me tag this and then we'll watch it again. So we said QB counter out of base. And then went too far. So they all clear out. Great block. And you'll see that the wide receiver, the X, is actually kind of making contact and just pushing him back as much as he can without getting a flag thrown on him. So that's a really nice play by Army. Back here in base. This is going to be mid-triple, I'm pretty sure, based on the quarterback jumping back. Yeah. Mid-triple, get to the edge. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, that's going to be a flag every time. I know some people were looking for mid-triple cut-ups. There's been way more this season than normal. Wait, did I do that right? Oh, that's weird. Hold on. Oh, derp. Rough life for me. Mid-triple base. I think this is all still the same play, right? That's what happens when I get mixed up. Yeah, all right. So there's our mid-triple, and I don't know what flag they threw there. Take your pick on whether it was face masking, horse collar. So base. Ooh. Nice. Was that just regular triple? Let's see. So we don't have anyone extra. So I think this is going to be our first guy outside. That's going to be our second guy outside. Yeah, that's just triple. Love it. Whenever triple's rolling, life is good. This is another good one by CBS. So what do we got? This looks like this is out of tight. That looks to be a, and let's double check what that receiver does. Oh, interesting. So receiver comes outside. That appears to just be like a zone option kick. Out of tight. More NFL coaches fined for mask use. Well, lack of mask use. That's going to be fun all season. So out of tight. That's just zone option. Zone options really become the favorite for just about everyone, just because it takes some of the guesswork out. It's only really one read. And I think a lot of, especially at the goal line, trusting that your quarterback's probably your best athlete, a lot of times just keeping the ball in his hands. So staying it tight. Everyone's blocking down. Let's double check here. Yep, anytime the A-back is going inside, where is that? This A-back is coming inside and basically like bear crawling at the guy's legs. That's going to be zone dive. All right, so where's the extra player? So he's to the left. So we've got heavy left. A-back's running up. Oh, let's see. Was anyone red on this play? Yes. So this is a basic midline. So you'll see that we've got this defensive lineman is unblocked. You're going to see him come up and over. The guard's going to go underneath and rip through. What really gives this away here is this A-back. Very rarely will you see him kind of put his foot in the ground and run forward unless it's midline, but that's what we have here. And because it's a give read, everything, all the flow is going with that A-back. So I believe the B-back bends backside. Yeah. Actually, what I do want to see here. All right, can't complain about that. I thought there was a really good block. It turns out people just kind of got rolled up on each other. What did I say? Was this out of base or was this out of heavy? This is out of heavy. Oh, this is another great CBS play that I'm not going to be able to figure out what it is. Not even going to guess. We'll just, otherwise people will think I missed it. So I'll just look like an idiot and put 2 question marks. Now we're back in base. Is that a false start? Nah. Oh, what happened there? All right, let's take a look. So this goes to the B-back. I did want to see the quarterback's footwork. So regular triple footwork. He just bounces off. That's just triple. Was it out of base? It was out of base. Johnny just got back from practice. I am insanely jealous. I guess we still theoretically have practice, but we can't really do anything. We can't hit. It's kind of glorified workouts. Life is good otherwise. Can't really complain. Been struggling to get anything done on this video. Haven't had as much time for streaming due to like some life stuff. Okay. Other than the new logo, which I think is at the bottom right, which you'll start seeing different places. Need to figure out the whole branding thing, if I stick with Flexbone 101 or if I go more like Coach Carrick and then Flexbone 101 is just a thing I do. Gonna try to figure out some other branding stuff, but then most football people aren't as interested in that. I don't know if I'm interested in it, just I need to do it. So this is out of tight. Just a zone dive out of tight. Or not a zone dive, excuse me. Zone option out of tight. Let's see, is there anything good? No. So, what are we in? We got base here. This is looking like triple already. Yep. So this is just triple. The reason I was stopping to see is you'll see, so this is our pitch read. You'll see that he kind of takes the air out of that gap between him and the quarterback, and he doesn't fully commit. He doesn't turn his shoulders. So that's why you're going to see the quarterback just turn up for a modest loss. Maybe a gain, no gain. I guess he got a little bit. But some people will look at that and be like, oh man, he should have pitched it. And it's like, that's not really the rule. And because that pitch read isn't committing and he's kind of flying upfield, there's a much bigger chance of a big play the opposite direction if he's to pitch that. If you're not sure and it's not a clean pitch, you want your quarterback to keep that. I think I said that was base. Yeah. So what do we got here? We're back in base. This is going to be QB counter, I'm guessing, the other way. So Johnny asks, is this a good way to play pitch? It depends. So if you're a defensive coordinator and you know it's a triple team, right? And you know triple's coming and you're playing with assignments, you know, and you can control who is getting the ball. So if you go, you know what, I would rather the quarterback run it than him pitching it to the A-back. You can have him fly down. You can have him keep his shoulders square. Especially at the high school level, a lot of quarterbacks are going to try to force a pitch. They're going to try to do things outside of themselves because a lot of high school quarterbacks don't like to just get the modest gain and like fall forward. They want to try to elongate the play. So it's not a bad way to play it unless their quarterback is their best player. In which case you're better off hitting the quarterback and going hard and committing on that, knowing who is responsible for pitch, and hoping that, you know, if you continue to do it, if you have any type of weather, knowing that a pitch could wind up on the ground. So tough to say. It's much more kind of about personnel and matchups than it is about like an everyday rule. If it were an everyday rule, everyone would do it, which is kind of how I was thinking about football the other day. Well, I think about football every day, but the fun part about football is nothing is ever the best. You know, people are constantly innovating You know, if there was an offense that was the best, everyone would run it. Or like if there was a defense that was the best, everyone would run it. So it's this constant cat and mouse game that's really fun. What did I say? This is probably QB counter because I think two guys are pulling. Yeah. Damn. It's a nice little play. I do wonder. So let's see. From what they saw on triple, I'm curious about what they're seeing as to why they want to run QB counter at this. So the only person backside is cheating out here. He's turned his shoulders. He's watching the ball. So let's see if they do the same thing out of here. Yeah, that's exactly it. Look, he's far back. His eyes are in the backfield. He's not looking to set the edge. Oh, he's actually running away from the play. So yeah, that's a great call. Now that I have a look at it. So that is a good note for all Flexbone coaches. I'm going to clip that and maybe got to try to figure out YouTube to see if I can make that its own like small little clip. But the idea that if you see that they are not respecting the backside of any run, you know, you run counter option, you run QB counter on the very next play would be the Paul Johnson way to do it. Did I clip that right? No, I still need to do. Man, my ADD is going crazy. Okay, I still needed to write this out. QB counter. This was out of base. Johnny says the end is not playing BCR. Backside cut back. You're gonna have to help me out. I don't know that acronym. I feel like I should, or it's just been a long day and I'm blanking on it. So this is tight. Ooh. So they're running triple. He gets through completely untouched. Oh, so this is the pitch key. Oh, bootleg counter reverse. Okay. Yep. Just backside discipline. That's a nice little acronym for that. I'll have to remember BCR. Yeah, so the pitch key was in his face. It's great when you're dead to rights, 5 yards in the backfield, and somehow turn it into a 15-yard play. Oh, I don't mean to hold on to the shift key there. I think this is just, it looks a little awkward, but it's not out of base, though. It's out of tight. All right, because we get the read to the B back. Yeah. Just looks a little weird with that twirl motion. From the play side A back. Okay, out of tight. We're all coming forward. That's just a zone option kick. Is it technically a reverse? I don't know. There's always a weird... I always try to debate on if I want to discuss like different tags, and I do it sometimes, and I'm probably not as consistent as I should be. But to me, a reverse would truly be like we're running option one way and then flicking it to either the A back or the wide receiver coming back the opposite direction. All right, out of tight. Fake rocket. Oh, wide open. Yeah, triple counter is another thing. That's true. I have an old Paul Johnson playbook. One of these days, I always mean to go through and try to get better with tags and how I would tag these plays. Because if we were going to call this in the huddle, I guess was it 2 plays back now? Yeah. Like we would probably just call the motion to know that the front side A back is going to go in motion, turn around, and basically execute his block. We do that on mid triple, and the backside's going. So it's probably just a simple tag because there's no counter or anything really that tricky about it. So now we've got heavy left. Is there actually a read there? Yep. So this is actually kind of interesting. You don't see this a whole lot. So this stand-up end literally just kind of stands still. He gets to the line of scrimmage and stops. And at that point, you just hand it to the B-back and go, if you can make the tackle, great. If not, yeah, it's kind of a 50-50 game at that point. Still get, 4 or 5. This is true. I don't think that's not. Let me see this footwork really quick. Yeah. For a half second, I thought it might be outside veer, but it's not. Yeah, rocketing the safeties pre-snap or any type of pre-snap motion by the defense really just, you should be teeing off if any defense is doing that. That's like really Bush League. Let's see, back on base. Okay, just lead option. Oh boy, out of the pistol. I always love just, if anyone notices, like making up what the formations are called and usually just do whatever the normal one is. Whenever I'm naming pistol formations, it's literally usually just what the regular formation would be, and I just kind of tag pistol at the end. I guess this isn't really a true pistol, but whatever. So this is probably like pistol flex or flex pistol. I'm going to guess this is a pass. Just yikes, that was not a good pass. Also, the guy was wide open. So what are we back at? This would be the same. Flex pistol. All right, let's see how this is blocked. So both backside guys are pulling to the right. These two guys are pulling. We're faking to the B back. I guess technically that's QB counter. If I were going to look at it. so we're still under 2 minutes in the first half. Ooh. Ooh, that was real dangerous. Don't want the quarterback to throw that duck up like that. Although I think, did he get hit when he threw? Yeah, he got drilled. All right, so what is this now? There is an extra... One, two, three, four, five. I guess that's regular pistol flex. Yeah. Oh, you're right. I wasn't even really... I guess I haven't coached a good enough offense. I wanted to double check, Johnny, when you were talking about smash, and it definitely looks like a smash with the hitch corner. Yeah, I guess that is smash. I don't know what I was thinking. The ball was already away. I wasn't sure if he was running a hitch or more of an out, but he didn't turn until he saw the ball was away. Still at the end of the half. Just a pass. I'd be so just with my untrained eye. I feel like I would be surprised if they call this a pat or a catch. I could be wrong though. Oh well, I guess they gave him the first, so I was wrong. Looks like Mama's wrong again. Weird Waterboy reference. Another pass here. All right. End of the half. All right. Now we're back under center. What do we got here? They're playing a little game. I can't tell based on number and personnel if the A-back is on the line and the receiver is off the line, or if the receiver is just further in and the A-back is further split out. I guess it doesn't really matter. Oh, well, if he's going in motion, I'm going to guess that's the A-back then, and they just messed that up. Okay, so if he's split out, that's a flex. What I would call flex. Some people call it spread. Some people call it whatever. But he's flexed out, to me, is how I usually refer to it. And then what is this? We spin. That's just zone dive. What did I say? That was out of flex. I used to type up whether it was like flex left or flex right, and wound up taking like an extra, 15, 20 minutes every video, having to go back and double check like which direction things were. So we're going to go with that flex look again. They saw something they liked. Oh. Is this just midline out of this? Mid triple out of that look. Interesting. Now I want to see what that A-back does. Well, hold on. Now I got to think. Mid triple should be this guy and this guy unblocked if we were doing this traditionally. Oh. All right. It is mid triple. That tackle just either ran into him on accident, but maybe they purposely wanted to chip him. I don't know. That looks kind of weird. That looks not the way Army would typically run that, but I don't hate it. Oh boy. So we'll play guess the formation. I can't tell if there's anyone low. I'm going to go with no. So this is probably heavy. Yeah, usually like they could chip him, but a lot of times like you won't see flexbone teams really chip that end just because it messes up the read and you can't account for how he might play that. Unless they just want him to get lost in the wash, which is possible. So we're going to spin here. It's so hard to tell when you can't see where those players started. Right, like I'm going to guess and I'm going to be wrong. It's probably just a lead. I couldn't tell you out of what formation though. Yeah, you know what? Just so in case, so I can have plausible deniability later, I'll just put the question mark at the end. Which, if I did that every time I didn't know what was going on, there'd be a lot of question marks. Yeah, what I think happened on that triple is the either the tackle was expecting him to come in hard on dive, but he wasn't expecting him to still be there. So he fired out and I think was like, oh God, I'm not supposed to touch this guy. And I wasn't expecting him to be there. And he just kept going, which the way the play was drawn up, it worked. But you can't always bank on that. But even worst case scenario, because the same thing goes with triple. So that was mid triple and that was the end. So that would have been the pitch read. So like worst comes to worst, the quarterback is going to keep it. And you just are like, hey, if you run into this guy and like you feel him engaging you, like if you block him, that's okay. Like, cause then the quarterback's read is just to continue taking it. So now we're in tight. Zone option. Ooh. Zone option on a tight. Nothing too interesting there. They really like this flex look. I don't know what it is about it. There's that mid triple again. So let's see what happens this time. They run that same mid triple out of the same formation, the same direction. Maybe they are actually trying to engage him and hold him up for just a second. Maybe. That's something definitely to have in the back of your cap. If you're like, hey, we're going to chip him and think he's... yeah, right. That's what I think too. That chip, it looks too rehearsed to not be on purpose. I don't know. It's if they did it once, I'd be like, okay, maybe he wasn't where they were expecting. But twice, I think either they were worried how fast he was coming in, or I don't know, it's mid-triple. The plate develops fast anyway, but there had to be some reason, some tell as to why they did that. So now we have done... So where are we now? This is theoretically trips. Both A-backs are on the same side. They're not really bunched. This is really, it's just trips. They just flopped where the A-back and the X are. Ooh, I don't know about this play call. I mean, there's no option there. That's just a QB keep. That's a strange call. Oh, not QN. I bet you will see that mid-triple again. A, because it's worked out pretty well. But B, it's a nifty little play. So we're back in base. A-back's going inside. That's, and I don't think... Yeah, that's just zone dive. I don't know why I'm overthinking this. Heavy right. Oh, and then we turn, so that's going to mean it's probably down G. Yes, it is. For those of you that haven't heard me talk about down G, here, let me go. I'll even be like this. So out of heavy, basically it's down, down, and then you're going to get the play side guard is going to pull and basically lead the way through around the corner wherever they can collapse. Let me tag this before I forget. Well, here, let's watch that from the beginning. Nice. All right, now we've got tight right. Oh, man. Can't tell if this is midline, but that, I guess he would be... He's coming outside the guard, but they're blocking straight up. I guess this is midline, and he just blows that up. I don't think the quarterback's footwork was super good on that midline. To try to bait him in and come underneath. I want to watch that again, right? So he actually, the guard comes underneath. Yeah, his footwork, I would want him to come open up where he's handing the ball right behind the center. Force that guy coming from the B gap down if he's going to make the tackle, so then the quarterback can score it underneath. But I think that one's probably on the quarterback. Heavy right. All right, so let's see how many guys are unblocked. Play side A-backs going in underneath. Well, here, let's check out quarterback's footwork. That's midline footwork. And he's not looking to pitch it. So that's midline all the way. Getting close to finishing this out already. All right, we are in... Oh. heavy, what did I call this before? Heavy tight. So we've got the extra lineman to the right and the receivers split here. That sure just looks like a zone dive, but let's double check. Yep, that's just a run forward. Zone dive, what'd I say? Heavy, tight. Heavy tight again. What am I seeing here? This is good. Is this down G again? Yes, it is. Whew. My like elbow is sitting on the table at a weird angle. Need to like shake it out every so often. All right, so what is this? This is heavy tight again. There's something out of this look they really like. That's just zone dive again. Sorry to hear about your blister, Johnny. Let's see. What was I always told about blisters? 2 pairs of socks. Either that or you could lance it. Heavy tight again. Not bad when down G goes for 8 on first down. I say it's been a really long time since I had blisters. I remember I used to get them in my cleats a fair amount, but that was back when I played, which was a lot of years ago. Back with the molded rubber cleats. And back before everything was turf. Heavy right. They're just zone diving right down the field. Zone dive, down G. It is quite nice when your big offensive line is just dominating, is basically what they're doing. It's a minute 42 left in the third, and Army's just running down the field. They're saying, you can't stop us. We're just going to keep running it down your throat. And as a D lineman, that is demoralizing. As an offensive lineman, it's great, because you can actually feel your opponent give up. This is heavy tight again. Oh, that looked a little weird. What was that? Okay, midline footwork. Was anyone actually unblocked? Who did he hand it off to? This might be... Oh. This is either a missed assignment, or I think this D lineman was holding up the offensive lineman, which is why it looked really weird. Because I think everything else says this play is midline, from the quarterback's feet to the, A-back coming underneath. But I think he holds up here, which is why there's no one there. And quarterback sees that. No one's going to tackle the B-back. B-back takes it, and the center makes a great block, turning his man, and there's a nice gap there for the B-back to squirt through. It's a nice little play. And I said that was heavy tight, I believe. Heavy tight again. Ooh, hoo, hoo. Is this a... This isn't a trap or a... Is that really just a zone dive? That is a zone dive. Okay, that is incredible. You almost never see that. So backside line is scooping. What was our acronym that we used earlier, Johnny? There is no BCR going on here. And gone. All right. That, you would think they did more. I was like, oh, it's like down G or something like that. Nope, just zone dive, and they completely whiffed on the backside contain. I would not want to be that defensive end in film. Especially because if they were in like a, base, a balance set, that's one thing. But they've been in heavy, tight running to the strength of the formation the entire drive. I don't know. I don't know what the player was taught or what they were coached to do, but if he's coached to do that, that's probably a bigger issue. Here we've got trips right, and again, they flopped their... This is the tight X or tight receiver. This is the other A-back out there. So we still have our trips. It just looks a little different. If you really wanted to call it like an invert, I guess you could, but at the end of the day, it's trips. I'm not going to worry about it. Just a trip scramble. I don't know why Army, like, the score is 30-7 right now. Like, I don't really know why Army needs to air it out on first down. But I'm not Jeff Monken, so that's fine. Then again, if you're up 30-7, may as well get your wide receivers some catches, keep them happy. We are in trips again, but notice we've brought backside receivers come in. You could say we've possibly replaced them for like an actual tackle, but at the end of the day, it's trips. And they run to that side. So what actually was this? Is he blocking him? Yeah, that really just is zone dive, and they're down an A-back on that side. Nope, not down G. Oh, because they have the other guy in. So this is, I'm going to call, I don't even know, trips heavy. Like that doesn't, I don't know. It's staying trips. If anyone calls me on it, fine. They're doing it again. Trips to the right. All right, so let's see if anyone's read. First, let's check quarterback's footwork is not midline footwork. Everyone is just running forward. That's just zone dive. Sorry. Had to listen to see if the puppy was getting into trouble. Oh, heavy, tight right. And the A-backs are to the left. And that's down G. So this is fun. I guess I can talk really quickly about this at a stream marker so I can remember how to come back to this point. So you've got guard, tackle. Whether you want to call this another tackle or tight end, this is heavy right. You've got your then receiver from this side here. So heavy tight, 4 men on your line of scrimmage here against 2. You're then going to pull this guy on down G. I can even flip this, right? So he's just going to turn around and lead. So we've essentially got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys against, 4 on a good day. With both A-backs here. And I believe we're faking Rocket since it's down G. Yeah. So that's just down G. We'll call this heavy tight. Again, if anyone is tight or a former Army football player and wants to tell me what some of these formations are actually called so I don't feel like an idiot, that's always appreciated. This is, it's tight right, heavy left. And let's see, did we pull a guard? No. That's just zone dive. They just did it out of the same reverse pivot. Zone dive. Army's just trying to get out of this game without any injuries, play their backups. This is not heavy tight. This is just regular heavy. All right. Heavy right. Was someone unblocked? Nope, that's just zone dive. I wouldn't be surprised if it's zone dive for, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, all right. Maybe it's not going to be zone dive like 10 straight plays, but it could be. 1, 2, 1, 2, base. That's probably triple. Quarterback still has it. That's an, yep. So that's triple, right? Right as in, do you understand? And right as in the direction. Here is our dive key. Here is our pitch key. You'll see that the A-back actually, this A-back will come and actually come inside and look like he's going to block here, but actually come inside to block that guy. And who actually gets him? Oof, 25. Where's he coming from? Oh, he actually got tackled by the dive key. That shouldn't happen. But there was a penetration. I know we were talking earlier, Johnny, about the best. Did I say this was base? Again, ADD, yeah. We were talking as a coaching staff on Saturday morning. The biggest thing, if you want to stop this offense, is to get penetration. If you can blow back the center, if you can blow back any of the guards, that's going to be your biggest key to victory, if you will. Because that's really hard. when you get penetration. Especially because Army's quarterback doesn't really, I think what Coach Miller coaches is like stepping out of the box, like trying to clear yourself from the offensive line. Let's actually see how well he does that here. I'm going to guess his first step, he's barely getting any depth, which, again, it's hard to see his foot, and I'm not a quarterback guru by any means, so I will not judge too harshly. Down in base. Ooh. Oh, I like everything about this play. So we're in base. We're going to fake the pass and then toss it to the A-back underneath. What do I even call this? It's technically a rocket, right? Like, I guess it's not. It's like a triple flick because they're not. Notice how the linemen here, they're all blocking down like it's triple. So, that would be like the back side of triple. No, because the guy's in motion. So 2 guys stand up and they flick underneath. Just because it's not a true rocket, we'll call it play action toss. Because I can just make up whatever I want. Heavy tight right. Wow. All right. Let's see what happened. Quarterback footwork. Hard to tell. I really think that's just zone dive. I don't think they're doing anything crazy there. Nerd. Heavy tight, heavy right, same thing. What do we got? We're at heavy both sides. Based on how they've been running this, I'm going to guess this is midline. Yep, that is correct. So, quarterback footwork, first key to midline. Second, if we see the motion A-back coming up through the hole, you're going to see that this guy is unblocked. And why we know it is midline and not mid-triple is we've got like the guard. Here's the tackle. The tackle is going to fan out on the end. So it's not mid-triple. It's a true midline. Midline heavy. All right, we've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, heavy to both sides. Just zone option. All right, tight. All right, let's look. Quarterback steps, midline footwork. Ah, okay. So we got midline footwork. You're going to see it's a really good job by this guard. It looks like he engages this guy, but then he actually drops his shoulder, and like a defensive lineman gets back underneath. Welcome back from dinner, Johnny. Hopefully it was good. So midline out of heavy. We don't have too much more of this game. We got tight on both sides. Let's see. We got the spin. Is there a pulling guard? No. So that's just the zone dive with the reverse pivot. Oh, nachos sound delicious. My wife is working tonight, so I have to figure out what I'm going to make myself to eat. I might be stuck with leftovers. Also because I'd rather be streaming than cooking, so oops. Heavy right. Ooh, bad snap. That was a disaster from the start of it. Let's see, that was supposed to be zone dive. Out of tight, perfect. Tight left. Was that to the B or was that to the A? A. Hello, TZS. Thanks for hanging out. I think I said that was tight, right? Yeah. All right. Tight left, heavy right. All right. Is anyone unblocked? Who made that block? Sorry, my eyes are like staring at the screen. Oh, that's just zone dive. I don't know why I'm making that harder than it is. All right, last play of the game. We've got, they're going to bump out in trips. He needs... That's uncharacteristic of Army to have this guy kind of dawdling out to where he's supposed to be while the ball is snapped. Luckily, I don't think anyone else was in motion. This would be heavy trips, right? Technically. I think, was that down G? I think, yeah, this is just down G. All right. And that's our ball game. Technically, it's heavy trips, I think. All right, so let's put the finishing touches on this video, and then I will take a quick break to go refill my drink, maybe grab a snack, and then probably get started on Navy, unless, I don't know, if there's anything anyone else wants to see. I'm happy to talk about anything else as well. We're going to stick the background image in here. I usually set this for 10 seconds. Oh, didn't want that to extend 10 seconds. There we go. And then we need to set up our What is that called? We need to find our logo and our front screen. Who are they playing? Louisiana Monroe. So I can move this over here. This is Army. And we'll get a Louisiana Monroe logo started. Can't have it bigger than the Army logo though. We'll go down a little bit on that. And zoom out a little bit. Close enough. All right, and then we're gonna export this as an image. PNG to be exact. This is Army ULM 2020. Actually, let's go. "2020 Army ULM export." And then we want to add this here. It's at 5 seconds already. So I highlight everything. All right, highlight all of that. We'll cut off these couple seconds there. Make sure that, oh, almost forgot. Almost gets me every time. So there's that. We need to do this with our end screen as well. All right, and that is, let's make sure I didn't cut off that front part. Go like the 5 seconds, and that should go into the first play. Perfect. So we are going to export this. All right, while this is going on, like I said, I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break. And I'm going to put this in the chat in case anyone wants to as I'm hitting all my buttons. Apologies if that's coming through awkwardly. What is that? Navy Tulane, which I didn't get to watch over the weekend. So I think I can put that in my own chat. I hope that's something I can do. I'm still learning this junk. So I am going to use my cool transition and go to my BRB screen. And then I'll be back. I don't know. Give me like 4 minutes and I'll be back. So see you in a minute. All right, and we're back. Whew. Almost done exporting this video. I will get this up onto the YouTubes. I don't know, however long it takes to export after I finish streaming. I will save this. It's getting late. I've got eyes. Time to bust out the nerd glasses. Ooh, a little dirty. So let's see. Good game by Army. I mean, again, we're not going to see anything from them. They didn't play this week. Army plays Cincinnati this week. That should be a great game. I forget who Navy has. I'm sure someone knows. I can still save this. And then I want a new project. And I can get out of my Army project. All right. Navy game was nuts. I'm excited to watch it. I have not. All I saw was the score, and I saw the comeback. Or, well, that it was a comeback. So I think we'll get started with that. I know I didn't get to stream a ton this week. What I think, I know I did the little video or the stream on offensive line. I think I'll probably do one on A-backs here. Let's see, when is my wife working? Friday night, maybe? I have practice, so it might be a little bit later. But that sounds like a fun thing to do. Maybe just like an hour or so on A-backs. I don't know. If people have questions about A-backs, you know, I'm thinking of going over, you know, stance, start, fundamentals, blocking, you know, basic A-back stuff. If there's any questions, anything people specifically want me to address, let me know. I'm probably going to clip this up so people can let me know about that. Before we get started on this, I also realize I always do this. I just put what beer I'm drinking in the bottom left because A, I'm a beer snob and think I'm self-important, that people might actually care what I'm drinking. So right now is Apricot Grunt from St. Errant here in Illinois. An apricot cobbler sour, which is good. It's like equal parts apricot, cinnamon, and sour. So, well done, St. Errant. Considering I am a beer snob, it is quite good. However, whenever I go buy beer, this is how much I buy beer. I know on my local store gets it on Thursdays. So when I go on Thursdays, usually every day or every Thursday, it basically like, this is me. However, I find a way to financially recover and purchase more the next week. Okay, so Navy. Is this the first Navy game I've watched this year? That's interesting. Okay, so here, we'll clip this at the beginning. Where's my second mark? Let's put this at 5 seconds just so I know exactly where I want it. And we're going to want to make this smaller. So for those of you who haven't done like the first half of the stream before, this part's, I'll just be honest, probably not as interesting. It's a better time for like Q&A because I'm just going to go through and clip out all the offensive plays first, and then I'll go back and like put what play and what formation it was. Otherwise, it takes a lot of time to have to like switch because you kind of get in a groove. Oh, that's funny. This is like someone's DVR. Hopefully this is a better game than the Army game, where CBS kind of hung me out to dry and came back in the middle of a bunch of plays, which makes it really hard to try to tell like what play it was and what formation it was when like they come out of commercial break and the play's already like halfway done. It used to drive me crazy about Georgia Tech games. And it's like, this is like national TV. How do you not know that like this is what Georgia Tech does and like be ready for it? This looks to be like another example of that. So I guess for you guys watching, I didn't get a chance to watch. I guess we'll see it here soon. But like, how the hell did Navy get down so bad so early? It's like very un-Navy-like, and I wonder if it's really this like the fact that they're not doing live practice. If it looks like this game it was raining, so I could imagine, or like I wouldn't be surprised if you told me there was a bunch of like bad turnovers. But to go down to Tulane is obviously not ideal. Although they did bring the Wave logo, or like continue to use the Wave logo, which is, I think, one of like the best logos in history. Okay, 1st and 10, here we go. I guess this is also a new Navy quarterback, isn't it? Xavier Arline. First practice with team was August 21st. Well, that explains why Navy may have had some issues. And Trevor says we had Navy plays Air Force on the 3rd. That is good to know. I think at this point, right, Air Force is only playing 2 games. They're playing Navy, or they're playing Navy and they're playing Army. Which does it still count as an undefeated season if they go 2-0? Like, I don't know how that works in the record books. I feel like this whole year, Jim Kubiak. No, I'm mixing up 2 names. I was like, I know that name, but I don't think I do. I was thinking of Jim Kubiak. Yeah, that would be a very 2020 thing for Air Force to go undefeated 2-0 and be like, nah, we're national champs. I feel like this year everyone is just going to like hang the banner. It's going to be like the 1800s. No rules. Everyone just do what you want. But on the bright side, we are getting Big Ten football back. Thank God. Last Saturday's games, the slate overall was just atrocious. Like, there was no games. I was like, you know what? Outside of the fact it's like football, there were no games that I was like, I have to watch this game. So once the Big Ten's back, once I guess people probably like the SEC. It's not my cup of tea, but that's just me. I shouldn't say it's not my cup of tea. I wouldn't go out of my way to watch an SEC game, but that's more just bias than anything else. Wait, did I just miss like a full Navy drive? I need to stop talking. Wait, so 1st and 10 Navy. Here we go. So, Trevor, you say my Huskies. I'm going to guess, or is that Washington? Who else would be the Huskies? Arkansas State? No, Arkansas State's the Red Wolves. Who else is the Huskies? I mean, Northeastern, but they don't play football. Are there any other Husky teams? Okay, you are. I am sad as well, actually. As I'm repping my Wolverines. I was very excited. I spent a little bit of time in Seattle working at UW. not football wise, but like early in my career, and have been there a few times. And we've had that date marked for Michigan, Washington for like a decade. We're like, we're going to go, we're going to rent a yacht, we're going to be outside the stadium. We looked forward for it for 10 years, and then the Rona happened. So I don't know when or how or if those games are going to get rescheduled, but I will definitely take that trip to Seattle, which it's like I'm going to coach Friday night, hop on a plane somehow, get to Seattle, be there before kickoff, and have a good old time. That's why I didn't see this drive. It took like 2 seconds. I'm excited. We had Army did like everything right last game, and it looks like at least for this first half, we're gonna have Navy do like everything wrong. All right, 2nd and 10, 3rd down, 3rd and 8, flag on the defense. Second and 10, 3rd and 10. Ooh. 4th and 1, got it. 1st and goal. I'm going to guess this ends in a touchdown. I know they're trying to like make this seem better, but they found the 11 Tulane fans that were watching the game. I don't know. Does that make it better? Does that make it worse? I don't, like, everyone kind of gets it, right? But I don't think Zoom fans make watching games any better. Holy crap. How the hell did I... Okay, 1st down. So, Johnny, you bring up what BYU did to Navy. As doing these, videos, I didn't really want to. What the hell? Oh, that's why. Okay, I thought I was having a stroke, but apparently there was an issue with the recording that I got. I'm going to assume it was the recording. Oops, well, people might be mad about those plays, but that's all right. What was I ranting about? Oh, I don't know how much of that was BYU stopping Navy or Navy not adjusting versus the whole, like, Navy hadn't had live practice. Like, I can't imagine trying to go out and play a game without having had live practice. Like, I look at my players now and I have no idea, some coaches like get excited about kids or like, are already penciling them into slots. And it's like, none of this matters like until the pads come on. Like, I want to see you in pads. I want to see you hit. I want to see like your aggression and your movement. And you really just can't judge that on a football player until the pads come on. No, there was I forget if they didn't practice. I don't think they had any live hitting before the BYU game. You'll have to look that up and fact check me on that. But I don't think they did. Oh, God. which you could get away with a lot of things if you're Navy, if you have like a returning quarterback, but they do not. Oh, but the star middle linebacker whose name just, as a high school coach that hangs around high school boys, like the middle linebacker's back. That's good to know. Can't forget him. Oof. This is a rough go. That's 24, and I guess it's almost halftime. Not a lot of Navy plays in this first half. 13th season as the Navy offensive coordinator. He's the second longest tenured active coordinator in FBS, offense or defense. Who is the longest? Sorry, as a trivia buff, I got to get stretched out. I'm playing trivia with my college friends tonight. Who would be a longer coordinator? I'm going to spend like another minute on this, and then I'll get up to cutting up. Brent Venables hasn't been there that long. 13 seasons. Who would be in one place for 13 years? All right, well, I'm going to have to wait and see what when they clip up the answer to that, because now I'm curious. It's going to be no one in the Big Ten, I don't think. Tim Albin, 16 years as the offensive coordinator at Ohio. So I will be, I'll just say I called that. And I would not have known the answer to that, so I'm not mad that I didn't get it. God, to be anywhere for 16 years is incredible. Like, I haven't been out of college for 16 years. Wait. No. I've been out of college 10. Like, that's so long ago. So yeah, to be at one school, Tim Albin as the answer to the Affleck trivia question, 16 years at University of Ohio. Congrats to you. Other than the fact it's in Ohio. I've never been to Athens. I've heard good things though. Well, so really love it there. I think that's true, right? There's definitely something about like having a family, like raising it, being in one place, settle, like putting down roots. But on the other hand, like you've had enough success to not get fired, but you haven't had enough success to get another job, which, yeah, not everyone wants to like move up and move on, and everyone has different priorities, but I think at some point, like 16 years is a long time to be in one place. And I don't think University of Ohio, can I name a University of Ohio like NFL player? I don't know. I mean, he's not really doing it with elite talent. I don't even know, like, where is Athens, Ohio? Like, as far as the state. Oh, thanks, Instagram, for letting me know my ex started a live or posted on Instagram. That's not what I wanted to do at all. All right, so Athens, Ohio. Let's check this out. Because I lived in Ohio for a small period of time. Oh, all right. It's like southeast Ohio, southeast of Columbus. almost to West Virginia. Yikes. Well, more power to you. That was quite the tangent and the rant about Athens, Ohio, and Tim Albin, whose name I didn't know before that trivia question. Man. Almost time. At some point, I might need to take a 2-minute break and feed the dogs. I hear them going nuts upstairs. Which, I don't know how sensitive this mic is. If you can hear them jumping around upstairs, that would be one thing. I don't think they're being that loud. Navy kicks off to Tulane. 3rd and 3, 4th and 3. That should be a punt. Navy. All right. So everything I've heard from this game, Navy, this is basically like a DirecTV commercial, right? Like first half Navy is like on meth. Second half Navy like turns into Popeye. Wait, what in the Sam hell? I've never seen Navy do a pistol diamond formation. That's a new one. But okay. Of course, they just like hand it up the middle, but like whatever. All right, Coach Ken. Going out of the pistol, that's something Tulane definitely probably didn't practice against. I am excited to be able to watch some of these plays when I actually try to tag them and then embarrass myself when I don't know what to call them. Oh, some trickeration. So this to me is exciting, right? Like Navy gets themselves in a big hole. I mean, you don't expect like our nation's best, future troops to like give up. But like if there was a time to give up in a football game, like down 24-0 at half, they easily could have packed it in. But it looks like they're going with new looks. They're going with trick plays. Like they went deep into the well, I would say. So hopefully if they need to hopefully they don't need to do this again. But if something were to happen later in the season, hopefully they didn't like give away everything. As a football coach, I doubt that's the case, but you never know. This pistol formation is going to be interesting, except the downside is like now the announcers are going to like have an opportunity to screw up the call even more, or like they're going to bring it up every game. Not that I've watched. I mean, Navy's going to have some good games here coming up. I'm excited. Thank God Michigan doesn't play any of the academies this year. I almost had a heart attack when we played Air Force, or not Air Force, we played Army last year. Thanks, Dave Brandon. Same asshole that scheduled App State for a second time because it was so much fun the first time. One of the worst days of my life. Just rolling right along these clips. So I know I'm breezing through this. It does, well, because I'm not tagging the plays yet. We'll go back and do that. It does look like Navy actually like got it together. Are they really going to... Now I'm just curious. Are they really going to kick a 57-yard field goal? Interesting choice. I mean, I know you're down a lot, but most NFL teams wouldn't go for a 57-yard field goal, but, you know, whatever. I don't know, maybe their punter got hurt or something like that. There's all kinds of reasons why they should, or why they went for that. Luckily, it looks like it was a quick 3 and out. Oh. Oh. There we go. Sorry. Really distracted by the dogs upstairs. Man, the camera work is sloppier than the game conditions. They are killing me on how tight some of these plays are. All right, touchdown Navy. Just for the fun of it, because I haven't done something in a while. There we go. Thanks, Herm. What the hell? I don't know. I feel bad. I'm not going to make fun of Navy for anything. Okay, missed what happened, but apparently we're back to a quick Navy ball. I have, Trevor, thank you so much for asking. I have 2 flat-coated retrievers. They look like Goldens, but they're jet black. At some point, he might pop up and try to like lick my face. I don't know. Well, the puppy. He's a dick. The joys of puppy training / dog training that my wife had done, like growing up, like always grew up with dogs. My parents didn't get a dog until I left for college, and then got a little rat dog like Christmas Eve while I was gone. So this is the first puppy I've ever actually raised, and did not fully understand the gravity of that decision. And thankfully with COVID, like I'm home all the time. Like we had him really well crate trained up until COVID happened. So now when he has to go back in his crate, I'm not sure how that's going to go for any amount of time. But he's a treat when he wants to be. Touchdown Navy. Woo! So we're going to be at 24-14 here in the third. Can't be very much left in the third, right? 2 minutes left, 2:45 left. I mean, did Tulane really just like not just 3 and out? Also, it makes me feel so old to talk about my wife. I don't know if anyone's seen the John Mulaney bit where like you sound like so much more of an adult to say like my wife instead of like my girlfriend, and it's totally true. However, it still feels weird. I guess it's been like a year plus, not a year and a half yet. But yeah, that'll be a fun off-season video or live stream. I can give relationship advice to other coaches / wedding planning advice because I'm sure that's what everyone wants to see. I did joke around with my wife about I can't believe I'm saying this. I joked around that I should have her come on the live stream and like we could give his and hers like relationship advice for coaches and their significant others, because trying to maintain a loving adult relationship in the middle of football season is not the easiest thing in the world. And by no means would I say we're good at it, but we've had to work at it a lot so that she doesn't divorce me. So I don't know if anyone has any interest in that or if anyone's significant other would have any interest in that. But my wife has tentatively agreed to do such a thing if anyone would actually watch it. Oh, God, what is going... Oh, because it's the end of that quarter. But yeah, I'm open to other, like, I feel like there's a lot of other topics during the off season. I try to think of like the football stuff that I listen to, mainly like the Solid Verbal podcast. So usually you keep all the like non-football stuff to the off season. But then again, this year's really weird. I don't know, maybe starting like, I don't know, I cook a lot. Like, I don't know what other coaches or other people that watch this actually want to see. Like, I like doing these videos, but like I can do a lot more. Like, I've got a bunch of resources that I've put together for Flexbone stuff. I've put like a coaching portfolio / like application together to like apply for head coaching jobs. Not that it was successful, but then again, at the time I was like 26, 27. So I think there's a lot of coaching stuff now with COVID that like people can share and realize that like everyone's just kind of in this together and making sure our players are like taken care of. So I don't know if you're still listening or watching the VOD of this later. Literally, if you have any suggestions on like what you want to see, I would much rather like plan some stuff and do videos that people like are excited to watch. But that's just me. I know the O-line video I did like last week was a request, and I think I'm gonna kind of go down that road and talk more about positions individually. And maybe I'll have my head coach Matt Miller come on and talk to me about quarterback stuff, because I can tell you from a distance about quarterbacks, but like when it really comes to like someone that has lived it, breathed it, like been under center and can understand it, I think he would be much more interesting to hear from and much more authoritative than I am as far as playing quarterback in the flex bone. Because I can watch the film. I can tell you exactly what someone does right, exactly what someone does wrong. But getting a guy from like wrong to right as far as like form and technique and what you should be looking at and identifying like stunts and reads and all that stuff, Matt Miller at St. Ignatius High School is your guy. Also, like, if people want like playbooks, if they like, people are looking for resources, as always, like, email me, comment. People seem to easily find like my contact information. I don't really like hide it. So I'm always happy to help other coaches. I think a lot of Flexbone coaches are kind of in the same thing of, you know, always happy to help. I've got resources. I know, I believe it's Coach Swift on Twitter has a huge library of like all kinds of like offensive and defensive like playbooks and football resources that he's accumulated from around the country. I know I've contributed to that. Whereas there are some offenses in football that are not quite as friendly or as welcoming. I think Flexbone coaches, for the most part, are some of the best coaches I've ever talked to. You know, you get a lot of guys who are like, I'm not an offensive coach yet, and like, I don't run this at my current school, but I'm totally going to run it when I'm a head coach. And I think that's really cool. It's something I support. Darren from Armchair Coaching podcast that I was on Friday was that way. So yeah, just always happy to help other coaches. I think coaching's the most important thing you can do. I haven't rambled about this in a while. But really, when it comes to like high school boys, like, it's such a weird time to be a high school boy and to have strong male role models who like are not a parent, not a teacher, not an older brother, but someone that can provide like mentorship and structure and guidance. I don't know. That's why I do what I do. I take coaching very seriously and I'm very passionate about it. And like, I always try to not con my friends into coaching, but, you know, as far as if there's a way to spend your time as an adult, like, not only is it like super beneficial, like, for the players, right? It's great to be involved in the community. It's great to give back, you know, to the sport. I don't know. I love coaching. I can't get enough of it. It's killing me that I guess even now I'm only on the field with my players for 3 days a week. And it's not enough, right? Like, I'm used to 30-hour, 40-hour weeks of coaching, right? Not just practice, but like, you know, watching film and sitting in the coach's office and game planning. That's the stuff I miss with COVID. So I'm hoping this February season, fingers crossed here in Illinois, that it actually happens. Hopefully we don't blow up and spike before then, but it's going to be, I don't know. I think the February season's going to be interesting. Like I said, I've got if nothing else, I've got my Carhartt bibs that my in-laws got me for Christmas. So if nothing else, I'll be warm. Speaking of warm, I don't know where other people are in the country, but like Chicago area in the last 2 or 3 weeks, we've dropped like 30 degrees. So now like I have to wear a sweatshirt when I go outside. I guess I don't have to, but it's chilly enough where you're like unsure how warm it's going to be out. Especially taking the dogs out like early in the morning. And then I still keep my coaching schedule. So I work the day job 7 to 3:30. And it can definitely still be chilly then. Maybe that's another off-season video to talk about, right? Like having a day job and coaching, because that's not an easy thing. A lot of people assume I'm a teacher, and it's like, nope, I could not do that. At one point in my life, I thought I could, but not in the cards for me. So IT day job instead, then go, live at a high school that I didn't go to. But I got lucky. My boss is my former boss, I should say, at my current company, the one who hired me, was a lacrosse mom, and I coach lacrosse too. Maybe I should do some lacrosse content at some point. But Navy goes wild. Is that it? That's it. All right. Whew. It's like 2 hours of streaming. I think that's pretty good. I can't mentally transition to tagging plays right now. It takes a lot out of me. So I think I'm going to call it a night and go make dinner because I am jealous of Johnny's nachos. So that's it. Thanks for hanging out. I will finish this video up. If nothing else, Friday night, I should be free to stream. If there's anything people want to see, as far as, anything, literally from relationship advice to like ABAC play, I'm happy to do, anything. Like I mentioned, was able to get with Coach Darren on the Armchair Coaching podcast on Friday. It has not been released yet, but know that I will blow that out to all channels once I can. As always, like, subscribe, comment, and if there's anything I can do to help you as a coach, as a person, reach out. I'm always happy to help. So have a good night, have a good Tuesday, and I will talk to y'all later.